Is this thing on? Yes, it is. Um, Hello, everyone. This is my second live stream of tonight. And hold on. Sorry, I had another burp coming in. So, okay, so how is everyone doing? We're halfway through August, and I just can't believe summer's flying by. Yeah, faster than a speeding bolt like Superman. I can't friggin' believe this. So that's one day, 1 minute, it's June. Summer's here. We get to enjoy it. And the next minute, it's August, realizing it's almost over. Kids are ready to go back to school, and football season's about to start. So it is what it is. Can't agree more. So let me adjust the camera a little bit and so I can get a better view. So can't believe we're halfway through August and summer's almost, just realizing summer's flying by. And what's going on here? Just what's going on lately? So, okay, so I have, in my new live stream, I have a few things to talk about going forward. In my past live stream for tonight, I talked about methods where I can turn taking accountability of others' kindness to, taking advantage of other people's kindness to taking accountability with some methods that I can use. And I use some prime examples of how I can turn that advantage into accountability. So, yeah, and also, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel because, oh, hello. Yep, I got my first viewer of tonight. Hi, how are you? I got 2 viewers right now. Wonderful. And I have, I talked about turning taking advantage into taking accountability. So, I have 3 viewers that said hi. And also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I want to be able to reach that 1,000 mark. So, outsmart. What's that? And I have a few things that I'm going to talk about, like my new photography business, and also the methods where I turn taking advantage on loved ones, kindness to taking accountability, and also my road to 1K. Neither do I actually, and I forget. So, yeah, I'm smart without a doubt. So, and also what's to come in the, because I have a lot to look forward to because I was off to a really bad start in 2025. So, yeah, well, as you may know, 2020, I started 2025 off on a bitter note because there were a lot of problems that I was dealing with. And in case you're wondering, one of the biggest problems that I had was the Night to Shine prom. In case you don't know what Night to Shine is, it's a prom for people 14 and up with disabilities that is sponsored by the Tim Tebow Foundation. Yep. No, don't call me a pig. Wait a second. I get so confused. Yeah, well, and as you may know, Einstein, like Albert Einstein. So, did you know I'm like Albert Einstein? So, now I remember Albert Einstein. So, like I said, one of the worst problems that I had because I went to the Tim Tebow Night to Shine. Last year, I went to the Tim Tebow Night to Shine prom, and I had a blast. This year wasn't the case because As you may know, when I was looking into registering and I forgot to remind myself over and over again to have myself registered for Tim Tebow's Night to Shine prom, I was supposed to register, but I didn't this year, and that's why I had to miss it. And I was just pretty pissed that night. So, yeah, I was pissed off, but at least I have turned the corner on everything that, you know, I was off to a bitter start in 2025. So, yeah, well, and back then I have really took advantage on. After the Tim Tebow Night to Shine prom, I have admitted I taken advantage on others' kindness, but I wasn't myself back then. And at least I'm smart enough to realize that what I did was wrong, and I want to be able to go forward in life, so it is what it is. So, okay, and another thing that I want to talk to you about other than other than Road to 1K, and also taking accountability instead of taking advantage. So I want to show you all something. Hold on 1 second. Jesus Christ. Okay. I have a surprise to show. Okay, hold on. This is one of my latest photography works. As you may know, this is not just a heart. This is actually a shadow of a leaf that is shaped like a heart. So, and yeah, that's not just a leaf, you know. That's actually a shadow of a leaf that is shaped like a heart-shaped leaf. And in case you're wondering, I call this masterpiece. Yes, it is. Thank you so much for complimenting my photography work. Very impressive that you're taking compliments. And I like that. And I have credit and pouring my heart into making photography possible. So kudos. Kudos to my viewers, and kudos to all my 570 something subscribers. Kudos to all of those who really appreciate my hard work that I've been pouring my heart, not that hard, my heart into. So, kudos once again, kudos. So, and that, as you may know, that photo that I recently took, I call this picturesque of a heart-shaped leaf. Yep, picturesque of a heart-shaped leaf, which I call it. So, yeah, that's called picturesque of a heart-shaped leaf. Because, as you may know, last night when I was watching Chitty Chitty Bang Bang on Amazon Prime, because, you know, I have Amazon Prime, and last night I was watching Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, because I haven't watched that movie in a long time, and yet picturesque of a heart-shaped leaf, me too. So I give myself credit for creating that name. So, like I said, last night it was almost dark, and I was watching so any rude comments, I will ignore them or report them. Period. I will not tolerate any rude comments on not only in my live stream, but also on my channel. I will not accept rude comments. End of story. So like I said, last night when I was watching Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, because I haven't seen that movie in like couple years. We don't give. You are absolutely disgusting. Let's see here. You're absolutely disgusting, and I can't believe it. Let's see here. I got 2 rude comments. I can't believe this. I'm outraged. I am disgustingly outraged because Jesus Christ. Okay, so enough of this. I don't accept rude comments. I don't accept them. Okay? So that person who is sending all of those disgusting comments on my live stream, well, just absolutely disgusting. So, and I'm not disgusting, so like I said, so last night, I was watching Chitty Chitty Bang Bang because, I haven't seen the movie Chitty Chitty Bang Bang in a long time. Yeah, it came out in the late 60s, so, ooh, I got another like. Oh, goody. So like I said, sorry, I'm just a little itchy right now. Yeah, I'm getting a 5. What's the live stream about? That I'm talking about my latest photography business that I just kickstarted called Worth a Snapshot. And I want to show you the sign or logo for Worth a Snapshot. And this is the one. This is called Worth a Snapshot. In case anyone is watching this, I designed this myself. This is actually like a prototype sign. So, yeah, this is actually more like a prototype as of right now. So, yeah, like prototype. So, because, I just started late last month. So, I'm going to get back to the green screen where I show off picturesque of a heart-shaped leaf, which I took last night when I was watching Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. The movie Chitty Chitty Bang Bang it's from the late 60s. It's about, Dick Van Dyke was in that movie. So, Dick Van Dyke was in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. So, because last night I was watching Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. So, I haven't seen that movie in a while, so. Yeah, this is picturesque of a heart-shaped leaf in case anyone missed the first few minutes of my live stream. So, there you go. So, it looks lovely because I sure do have a way with words. So, yeah, I sure have taken photography to a whole new... I had a long weekend. Yeah, going for a walk yesterday, going to church today. So, yep, and I got to see because, I'm thinking about opening an Etsy account and selling my photography pins either on Etsy or Shutterstock. But I don't know how this works. I'm going to need guidance when it comes to selling my photography prints on Shutterstock or Etsy. So, Jesus Christ, I can't stop. Oh, man. I just woke up. Oh, wait a minute. I dozed off during the live stream. What was I doing? I just dozed off during the live stream. Oh man. I can't believe it. What was I doing? I I freaking dozed off in the midst of my live stream. What is wrong with me? Oh man. Oh. I was doing doing this from Home Alone. You know, Kevin McAllister with his famous scream from Home Alone, like this. Realizing that I dozed off during my live stream. What is wrong with me? So, what the F is wrong with me? So, yeah, just dozed off in the middle of my... I'm back! Ugh, not you again. Get out of here, Mr. Hand. I'm in the middle of doing my live stream. Mr. Hand, get out of here, please. You bothered me during my last live update, so get out of here. That's just Mr. Hand again. Yeah, who kept pest. That was just Mr. Hand again. That the puppet style version of my portrayed by my right hand, who kept pestering me during my last live stream, not the one from today, but the one prior to today's last live stream, which I did where I talked about methods where I can taking advantage on others' kindness into taking accountability. So it is what it is, folks.
I am what I am, and that's what I am.
Yeah, that's just me impersonating Popeye the Sailor. So, and also, yeah, I'm not doing Mr. Krabs' voice from SpongeBob SquarePants because, you know, listen to me. I am not a fan of SpongeBob SquarePants. I can't stand SpongeBob SquarePants. So, yeah, and like I said, I am not a fan. And even when I was a lot younger, I wasn't a fan of SpongeBob back then. So, and you know, and it just reminded me that when I used to watch SpongeBob when I was younger, even though I didn't really like him, yeah, the character Mr. Krabs always laughed like Popeye. Because, you know, that was just me impersonating Popeye earlier. So, and then neither do I. I can't stand SpongeBob SquarePants. I hate him. He's really immature and he's really childish. Especially in this one episode when he visits his grandma's house. Yeah, especially in this one episode where he visits his grandma's house. In case anyone remembered that episode where he didn't want to grow up and he starts throwing a baby tantrum because he didn't want to grow up and wanted his grandmother's cookies and everything. So I'm not and that gave me a really good reason to hate SpongeBob. I don't like SpongeBob, period. Hate him. SpongeBob is the most immature and childish cartoon character of existence. Period. So like I said, back to my photography business. In case anyone doesn't know what this photography is, this is, I call this picturesque of a heart-shaped leaf. So, yep, picturesque of a heart-shaped leaf. Yeah, I just took it yesterday when I was watching Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Yeah, the movie Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. You know, I haven't... Oh, hi! And also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I'm at 560-something. So, let's go for 1K as soon as possible. So, keep it up, folks. You're doing great. Love you all. God bless. So, and also... Oh, excellent. Let's go for... So once I get to the 600 mark when it comes to subscribers, then I'm 400 away from reaching my goal. And that goal needs to be in place by the end of the calendar year. Yep, by the end of the calendar year. So let's make it as soon as possible, folks. You're doing great. Let's help me reach that goal together. All right. So, and also, what I want to be able to, let's turn this off, the green screen. Okay, so like I said, I was off to a bad start this year, and I want to be able to make this year as memorable as possible. So, and you know, for my birthday this year, I'm thinking about traveling, but as long as I get approval to travel, because I really almost my entire life I really yearned to travel, especially when I wanted to go to Las Vegas well, yeah, I remember me talking about the Emoji Movie in one of my first YouTube videos. So when I was talking about the Emoji Movie, yeah, well, but still, I don't like SpongeBob, period. Yeah, but I still do not like SpongeBob because he's really immature and he's really childish. So there you go. Yeah, because he is really immature, and even Patrick is the same as SpongeBob too. Even Patrick is as immature as and childish as SpongeBob is. But I don't know who is much worse when it comes to their immature or childish behavior. I don't know if it's either SpongeBob that's more immature and childish, or it's Patrick that is more childish than SpongeBob is. I think they're both pretty equal. I think I think Patrick's a little more childish than SpongeBob is. So, yeah, I think Patrick is more childish than SpongeBob is. The sponge who must not be named like Voldemort. Yep, almost like the sponge who must not be named. Yeah, almost like Voldemort from Harry Potter. You know, I like the Harry Potter movie series. Yeah, I love the Harry Potter movie. Yeah, I remember when I was talking in one of my first YouTube videos where I was talking about the Emoji Movie, all the way back in like the fourth quarter of 2019, just weeks after when I was discharged from the hospital before we had this whole COVID shit where everyone started staying home and wearing masks, and we were not allowed to live our life like we did before this whole shit started with this whole COVID shit. So, are there any questions? No rude questions though, not questions that I'm not comfortable answering, just questions overall. So feel free to do so. No rude questions, no questions that I don't want to answer. So, yeah, because I'm about to conclude the live stream any minute. So, because it's almost bedtime and I have work in the morning. So, I want to be able to have some closing questions before I wrap things up for tonight. And this will be the last live stream I'm going to do this evening, because I already did 2 live streams. This one is currently ongoing. So, and also, as I continue unfortunately, I'm going to have to, because I'm getting tired. I have to go to work in the morning. Boo. But it is what it is. Because you could tell I'm starting to feel a little raspy. It's because I got tired. So, yeah, it's been a long friggin' weekend because I had Domino's for dinner last night, the same night when I was watching Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. I haven't had Domino's in a long time, so yeah. At the same time when I was watching Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. I haven't seen the movie Chitty Chitty Bang Bang in a long time as well. So, wow. 2 years what? Just curious. Yeah, I think the last time I watched the movie Chitty Chitty Bang Bang was around 2018, the same year when my dad got diagnosed. When my dad's lung cancer came back with a wrathful vengeance. You see, so yeah, that was back when my dad's lung cancer came back with a vengeance. So it is what it is. No, you're not. So, all right, folks, I'm going to conclude the live stream. So, further updates. See you next time.